everyone, welcome. We are gonna do a daily energy check for twin flames. Thank you for joining me today, and let's get started. It's gonna be a little bit different format than the classic. So I've got a couple of tarot decks, and I'm gonna start with checking what are currently the opportunities, what are the challenges that the twins are facing, each DF and DM. Then I will get some guidance for the challenges for each of the twins, and then we'll exchange some messages with the Hermit Tarot cards. Okay, let's get started. This is the Souls on Fire deck. So let's see what are currently the aspirations and the energetic potential for Divine Feminines. First of all, let's see. We have a little bit of a rainy day today, but it's nice. Brought some freshness in. 5 of Cups, anything else, and the Magician. Okay, so what I can see immediately for Divine Feminine is the possibility is, and we actually saw 5 of Cups, I believe in reverse yesterday. There is a possibility to release the grieving, whatever it was, whatever the change was, the loss was. You know, oftentimes we see this card as losing someone, being really sad about some sort of a breakage or whatever, right? Like usually it's about losing a relationship, or when something fails in our life and we are grieving about that. But sometimes it can even be a wider range of things that are included here. So it can even be the adjustment period for when something changes. For example, look at me, I moved to a completely new location, right? Completely new routine of my day. Right, so there could be some sadness underneath and grieving that, you know, there were obviously some great things that I had back home, that, you know, people that were close to me, certain habits, certain routines that have now changed, right? And there may be sadness there, right? So it doesn't have to be grieving in very literal sense. It can be something like that. And it doesn't mean that the change is for the worse, is that it's just the way our psyche is processing that information. The Magician is, of course, about creating something new in that space. This is about freeing up the space, kind of processing the emotions and releasing that energy so that you can free up space and create something new and beautiful in your new space, in your new situation, right? If this was somebody you lost, i.e. a relationship that ended, right? It could be the start of a new relationship, bringing somebody in who will be in alignment with you and wanting mutual commitment, something along those lines. Okay, let's see what we have for the masculines. By the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Wow, this is the special card in this deck. It's called Raising Consciousness. Always good to see Divine Masculines raising consciousness. And there is a fire here. If you notice, like the wind is actually a fire, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we have here. The moon. Yeah, so certain things are coming up from the subconscious, from what used to be just an automated habit, and now DMs are becoming more conscious about it, right? Like, why do I keep reacting to this situation like that? Why is it bothering me so much? Or why do I keep choosing an easy way out and just agreeing with whatever the group, or, you know, my partner or whoever wants to do, instead of thinking about what I want, right, and bringing that to the table? Something along those lines. Like some sort of patterns are being brought to the surface, and because it's the vibration of like a scientific observation there, right? It's not like, oh, I'm so angry, I'm so frustrated or whatever about it. It's like, oh, that's interesting. I never really looked at that closely. Let's take a look at it, right? And that's what is causing raising consciousness and bringing in the opportunity to change that around for the better. Okay, let's see what we have around the challenges. Challenges for the feminines, first of all. Queen of Cups in reverse. What else? Six of Wands, Three of Wands. Interesting. 3 and 6. So it's like intention turning into the result, the tangible result that people can recognize and appreciate, right? So there was a little bit of a closed up heart, some sort of I don't want to say wall because it sounds too harsh, but it's that kind of idea when you kind of like put distance between yourself and others for a reason, of course. It might be connected actually with that grieving period I'm hearing for some. For others, it could just be, again, the exploration phase. If you remember, we saw that in the last couple of days, where like sometimes you need to take that space for yourself, more like be in more of a hermit mode to be able to explore and get some new information, get some downloads, and make some important decisions. So that's what I'm getting here, that it's not for a bad reason, but it's like, you know, because we're empaths, it's important for us to be connected to people. So when we are going into, like, going within and kind of disconnecting from others, it might be burning up some additionally melancholic moods. And yeah, the other challenge is about turning the intentions into something, some tangible results that are recognized publicly. That's the important part here. What about masculines? 10 of Pentacles. Any clarifications? I love this dog here. It's a lamb. Adorable. It's interesting. I'm getting the connection between the generations for DMs in this case. Okay. And 9 of Cups. Interesting. Both kind of about the dreams coming true. So the challenge is for the dreams to actually come true. So yeah, what I'm getting immediately was a 9 of Cups. It's like there is some result, like the DMs cannot deny it, that something is happening, something positive, something they desire, but it's kind of much smaller than they expect, and they don't understand what's the reason, right? Like they're being conscious and specific about those things, and then it just like 10% of what they were hoping for. So like, are you not being loud enough or clear enough for like what's happening was the communication channel? And the other one is about, interestingly, about the connection between generations. So depending on the age of your DM and where they are, like in terms of how they communicate, right? It could be their parents, their children, maybe even grandparents, right? In their generation, like some sort of communication or understanding issues, right? Like some sort of conflict because of lack of understanding. And DMs do understand that it's because of the lack of understanding. Like there isn't anything ultimately wrong, but the generations do choose to do things differently. And it's very hard to like bring everybody to a compromise or to some sort of decision that makes more or less everybody happy, right? And that's the 10 of Pentacles here, right? It's about that harmony in the community, in the family, right? It's about feeling abundant, feeling content, and the feeling of togetherness, right? There is no feeling of togetherness. It's like everybody's living their own lives, that sort of idea. That's interesting. Okay, let's get some advice. So first I'll pull some cards for the gifts. So the challenge here is turning intentions into tangible results and being closed off emotionally. What is the advice from the Cosmic Journey Oracle? Wow, I got this card as I was shuffling, it fell out. Ride into reality, 32. So if you have a journaling practice, this is for you to write more about your intentions and why you want these specific things to come into your life. If you don't, then it's a hint for you to start that journaling practice. Let's see. We often say that words create worlds, right? So it's kind of like that. It's the magician power, right? But it's like put it out somewhere, right? And maybe you don't have someone to talk through this, right? But writing it is a very good alternative to that. A much better even, I would say. Try to do some free writing too. So you can set an intention for the free write, and then automated writing is called, and then just let your pen fly for a few minutes, see what comes out. And another quick tip is it's a good idea to do that after meditation, maybe first thing in the morning when you wake up and you're still in that transformative state. You can get some extra insights. Okay, let's see what we have for DMs. What's the advice for bridging the generation gap and for the intentions to come true? As expected. Although I'm immediately hearing the problem is that, but let's see what comes out. What's the advice for divine masculines at this time? Bloom where you're planted, number 6. So basically take advantage of where you are, what kind of resources you have around you, what kind of people are surrounding you. You're already there where those answers could be received. Just need to look closer or farther, take it how it resonates, right? But pay attention and try a new approach, something different, right? Trust that you've been planeted exactly where you're supposed to be to solve specific tasks. Okay. And I'm also hearing that for some, it might feel like it's either right now or it might be happening in the nearest future that you kind of like you were replanted somewhere else where it feels unfamiliar, it feels different, outside of your natural habitat. But that's also done for a reason. And that's where the key lies. That's where the answer lies. Okay, let's see. Let's get the messages from the Viktoriia. Anything else? Okay. I want to first start with you and seek professional advice. Yeah, new cycle coming in. We could see that for a few days now. The professional advice, I would say this is like this is for those that have some, some issues with some legal issues or logistics. Could be taxes for some, I'm hearing, because we're now in that period of time, just for the US. So whatever it keeps troubling you, I'm saying, there is a person that can help you solve it, who specializes in it. So don't drive yourself crazy, just turn to that person. And I'm looking forward to that fresh start. And I'm getting that first start for them is, first of all, different leveling up in communication quality. It's interesting. Understanding each other better, yeah. Messages from the studios. Okay, we got I hope you'll wait for me and I'm addicted to you. So the outside meeting that there's still some toxic patterns that they're working through, right? Maybe they're checking up on your social media too often. Maybe they're daydreaming, or you know, struggling because you're not around. And yeah, even this, I hope you'll wait for me. That sounds a little bit desperate, just a tiny bit, right? But I have a strong feeling that they're saying here that, you know, I'm working through this. This is work in progress, and I know that it's not gonna get solved in a day or even a week, right? But I'm on the right track and I have a good feeling about it. So I hope you'll wait for me while I'm figuring this out. All right, I think I'm gonna stop here. Thanks very much, guys, for joining me today. Love you all, and I'll be back with my readings very, very soon.